The heat of the sun pressed down on the base gate as Corporal Elena Reyes shifted on her feet. She had been standing there for 6 hours straight, assigned to the gate, just another nameless uniform checking IDs. To most, she was invisible, a young woman in crisp fatigues with tired eyes. But that morning, a black SUV rolled up, and from it stepped a man whose presence seemed to bend the air itself. A Navy SEAL commander. And when his gaze locked on hers, something happened that would silence everyone around them. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Elena had spent months wrestling with her own doubts. She wasn't from a military family, she wasn't a decorated hero, and she had joined not out of pride, but out of necessity. Some nights, she wondered if anyone would ever see past the badge on her chest, past the endless duty shifts that left her more exhausted than proud. She carried the weight of being underestimated, always told she was too soft, or just a gate guard. And though she never showed it, those words cut deep. The commander approached, tall, commanding, with the scars of battles she could only imagine. She straightened, saluted him first, expecting nothing more than a nod. But instead, the world seemed to stop. His hand rose slowly, deliberately, and he returned her salute, not with obligation, but with respect. For a second, she couldn't breathe. Around her, the chatter of soldiers dulled into whispers. Something about that gesture felt like a storm about to break. She thought she'd never see him again. She was wrong. Later that week, the commander requested her by name. Whispers spread across the base like wildfire. Why her? What did he see? Some said it was pity, others curiosity. Elena felt the sting of their stares. But when she entered the operations room, the air shifted again. The commander looked at her not as a gate guard, but as if he already knew her worth. He asked her a single question. Do you know why I saluted you? Her silence trembled. She didn't. She thought it was routine, a kindness, a formality. But he leaned closer, voice firm yet gentle, and told her he had once stood where she stood, unseen, dismissed, doubted. He had recognized the quiet strength in her, the way she never faltered, never looked away, even when met with authority. It wasn't about rank. It was about presence. The moment carried weight beyond the walls of that room. Soldiers began to notice her differently. Respect replaced indifference. Still, doubt gnawed at her. Was it truly earned or borrowed from his reputation? That question lingered like a shadow she couldn't escape. Then came the night of the breach. A truck barreled toward the gate, headlights cutting through the dust and darkness. Alarms wailed, boots thundered against pavement. Elena stood frozen for only a breath before instinct took over. Her voice cut through chaos, commanding the barricades shut, her hands steady on the weapon she once doubted she had the courage to raise. The soldiers followed her lead. Metal clashed, barriers slammed, and together they forced the intruder to a dead stop. When the dust settled, silence fell. And from that silence came applause, not ordered, not polite, but raw, erupting. From the very people who once ignored her. She had not only held the gate, she had held the line. The next morning, in full view of the base, the SEAL commander approached once more. And this time, he saluted her first, because respect isn't given by rank. It's earned by courage, and sometimes, the smallest post becomes the stage for the greatest proof of worth. So, remember this, because kindness doesn't vanish, and neither does courage. They wait, and they find their way back, in the moments you least expect. That if this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. And if you believe courage deserves to be seen, make sure to subscribe. More stories like this are waiting for you.